Hello, so welcome to the second episode of Yi Hein Builds, and today we are looking at graph notes. So this is a note-taking app that I built, and it essentially allows you to view your notes in a form uh, that is flexible, that it works like a graph essentially. So rather than always having notes that are in a sequential format, you can manipulate it in any way you want. So let's see how it works actually. So then imagine you take notes in Microsoft Word, and so let's say today we are learning about procedures and processes. So you can see that this is an example of notes that I might take in lecture, and let us save the notes. So the problem here is that you have this notes which is in this format, um, but it can become quite cumbersome because the notes would um, get really, really long. You can't collapse any of the sections. So these are just bullet points where you can't collapse the sections, especially when notes get really long. And you can't manipulate your notes to form a graph. So that is one of the problems with just note taking on Microsoft Word. So what you can do is to use graph notes, which basically converts these notes in a form that's collapsible, and you can even convert it so that you use it in a mind map. So let's see how we can use it. So we should save it as. So we can save it as web page, and this basically converts it to HTML. Now we can go to graph notes. So this is graph notes. The main dashboard. So you can see that there are already preloaded notes that you can see. So circulation and breathing. We have a lot of different topics here, and you see that it's all collapsed for you. Expand it, and you can hide and show things as when you want. And this is much more flexible, much more versatile compared to a plain Word document. So we can then add the notes that we have just written. Let's just choose this one. Let's just say processes. And process, as you can see, it just turns our notes into a very structured format. And we go back, you see that the notes that you have just uploaded is now here. If you expand this, you can see that all the different the hierarchy is there. And what you can do now is to hide it, show it, and what you can do is you can even edit it. So this is an example of how you can use graph notes. But this is only the most baseline feature where you can collect your notes and expand them to when you start with Microsoft Word, and you can then just easily port it to this app, and then you can collapse and expand them. And this is really useful because if you want to test yourself, you can collapse it, and then you can expand it, and then you can see the answer. So you can try to recall what the answer is, and then you can expand it, and then you can read the answer to see whether you have managed to recall it successfully. But something more powerful is that actually the notes would be stored your notes would be stored as a JSON format. So if you go to local storage, you can then look at your notes here. So your notes here will be stored in a format that's called JSON, which then gives you the power to manipulate this however you want. So if you want to use this JSON format to display a mind map of your notes, that's 100% possible. And this is really the power of graph notes.